I haven't made a video in a few weeks, so I guess that commitment kind of went out the window. But speaking of commitments, I've been trying some interesting things. Um, about a month ago, me and my friend were in a call, and I was talking about how I struggle to get motivated to do the things I want to do. And he said something interesting. He said, first, he had an idea, which was he could blackmail me to try and motivate me to do something that I need to do. And I was like, I like where you're headed. I like where that idea is headed, but I don't like that idea. Um, but eventually, we kept talking about ideas, and it got to the point where I had the idea. Okay, what if I donate? What if I have to donate money to some cause that I don't like or don't care about? Um, and maybe that'll feel like maybe the fear of having to donate to a cause I don't care about will motivate me to do the things I want to do. And the first thing that came to mind was the Libertarian Party in my state because my friend's a libertarian, and I don't care about that at all. I think it's kind of stupid. So that was my idea, and I thought it was pretty funny. I think it's really funny. Um, and he liked it, so we both agreed on that. So I came up with a system um, at the start of the next week from when we came up with the idea, um, where I'd make a commitment at the start of every week, and then I'd write out daily routines to do. And if I didn't get them done by the end of the day, I'd have to pay $20 to the Libertarian Party. And first week went well. I got all my commitments done. Second week, I failed one day. Um, I don't know if he's gonna see this video. I didn't tell him I failed, but I did send him a log of everything, and I don't know if he read it yet. So if he ends up seeing this video, or if he reads the log, then he's gonna see that I failed, and I'll have to pay $20. But until then, I'm not gonna pay. Um, so yeah, the first week went decently well, and the second week went okay, but I noticed some flaws in this system. Um, the first one is that or the biggest one is that I don't think that just the fear of loss and the anxiety that comes from that is enough, and I think it's kind of stifling, and it just gives me kind of a negative feeling, a negative mood, like it feels kind of punishing, you know. And actually, the bigger issue is that when I can just look at the commitment I made and the things I committed to, um, I don't feel compelled to go above and beyond and do other things at all. So I'd get all my routines done, and then I'd spend the rest of the day playing video games. When other weeks before the system, I would maybe get into random moods where I'd like write a song, or I would do something. We'd have a burst of creative energy. This kind of commitment system seemed to kind of kill the bursts of creative energy I would sometimes have. I didn't experience that. I didn't make any songs while I was doing this system. Um, so it's good. It's a good system for getting yourself to do specific things every week. Also, I would procrastinate them till the end of the day, every time, or until the end of when I said I'd do them. So, yeah, the that's the three biggest problems: is the anxiety, the negativity, the procrastination that I would do, and the limitation stopping me from going above and beyond, and just letting my brain be like, okay, I have the commitment, so that's all I have to worry about. I'm not going to do anything else creative. I'm just going to let that anxiety handle these tasks I said I would do, and I'm just going to do what I said I'd do and nothing else. And so those are three pretty big problems. And so the other night, I was talking to Claude AI about it because I thought maybe it'd be interesting to hear what AI has to say about this motivation system. And I've talked to AI before for different things, just kind of out of curiosity, and it's never been very helpful. And I can't say it was super helpful this time, but what it does do is it gives me a sounding board, and it lets me sit down and think about my own system or whatever I'm thinking about. It lets me think through it by myself, and it just kind of prompts me with some questions sometimes that lets me think about it and think through it myself. So I thought I had the idea. What if instead of having to pay to libertarians, I could take money and put it into a Roth IRA for myself, which I won't be able to retrieve money from for years. That way, the having to pay from my bank account into that will still feel like a loss in the immediate term, but it will ultimately benefit me. And I thought that was like kind of a genius idea, honestly. I still think it's kind of genius. Um, so that's the system I'm going to be trying now. And there has to be a way, so there has to be a reward system as well as a punishment system, because just the anxiety of punishment doesn't seem to work well enough. So my idea is that I'll get these imaginary tokens, and one token is worth $1, and if I go in negative, like in the negative in the token balance, then I have to pay that amount of tokens in dollars to the Roth IRA. And if I go positive, if I earn tokens as reward, I can redeem them to unlock gaming time, because I have a compulsive gaming habit. I do it all the time. So if I have to unlock gaming time through doing good things and earning rewards, that could be a great thing. And I can also unlock it, redeem the tokens to earn movie or TV show time. And I learned something really interesting about my psychology. So I have all these movies and shows I own on Blu-ray, and I've never watched them, most of them, even though like I know I want to have watched them. I want to see them, but I just don't for some reason. Like maybe it's not it doesn't seem like it'd be stimulating enough or something. Um, but I found that when I put the show in question I ended up watching is the '60s Batman show with Adam West, and I really get so much joy from that. But what I found was that when I take something I want to do, what my conscience wants to do, but the immediate me doesn't really feel the motivation to do, if I put that thing as a reward I have to unlock, then I actually start to want it. And when I unlock it, I appreciate it and I do it and I enjoy it. So I learned that putting things my conscience wants as a reward instead of a punishment, or instead of just letting them sit there and gather dust on my shelf, makes me actually want them. And that could be a really interesting part of human psychology or something. It's like, uh, I don't know, maybe if you like had a kid and they didn't want to eat their vegetables, maybe you could like make it as a reward. Like if you do, they'd have to like not know enough about it to really question it. But if you were like, if you do your homework on time, then you can eat this new thing, and it's like broccoli, and maybe the kid would be really uh, curious to unlock it and earn it, and then maybe they'd even enjoy it. But I mean, that might fall apart if like there's candy or something. I don't know, because candy by comparison. Broccoli can't beat that. But I don't know. I think there's probably a much better way to explain this phenomenon that I discovered. Uh, and I'm sure people already have, but it's just very fascinating to me. So yeah, those two things I've learned these last couple weeks is that the reward system, putting out something as a reward, makes me want it, and then the fact that having the fear of punishment and having everything attached to a commitment for daily routines makes me not do anything else productive. So those are two. I'm really thankful I've learned those things. Those are two very interesting and powerful psychological observations I've made. And I'm going to keep tweaking the system and messing with it. So yeah, how it works right now is I get I just take the things I wrote out a list of the things I want to do and things I don't want to do according to my conscience, because it's very conscience driven. You have to listen to your conscience, obviously, but maybe that's not so obvious because I don't do it a lot, and I'm starting to listen to my conscience more. It's a conscious effort to listen to the conscience. Um, but so yeah, I wrote out a list of things I want to do and things don't want to do, and it's as easy as just assigning positive token values to the things you do that you want to do, and negative token values to the things that you don't want to do that you usually do, knowing that you shouldn't do them. So, for instance, failing to do my daily routines, that loses me a token for each routine. Um, but doing routines and tasks early and not procrastinating them gives me tokens. It gives me a reward. Um, so I just have it. If I do a task before I have sleep apnea, so I wake up around 11 usually. And so if I do a task from 11 to 4 p.m., then I earn a token for that task. And I can use that task I can redeem that task or that token for 20 minutes of game time or movie time or TV show time. And if I wake up early, I earn a token. If I yesterday I started this on Monday, so yesterday. But yesterday I came up with the idea to I have to spend tokens or like half a token or something to unlock a like junk food snack because I eat a lot of junk food. So eating if I want to eat a bowl of chips, that's half a token. And that's if I end up in negative tokens and I have to pay money to my Roth IRA, which means losing money from my checkings account, which means I can't spend it on stuff I want to get in the immediate term. Let me just check what else I wrote down on my like commitment list. So I can earn tokens for adding 10 minutes to each task. So each task is about 10 minutes, each routine, I mean. Well, I should explain. So there's daily and weekly routines that I want to do every day and every week. So an example of a daily routine would be practice guitar for 10 minutes or read my book for 10 minutes. Right now, I'm reading Sinbad the Sailor and other stories from the Arabian Nights, and I really love it so far. Maybe I can make a video about that. I finished Zen and the Art of Writing. It was a great book. So yeah, reading for 10 minutes a day, and I have to do that every day. And then a weekly task would be like changing sheets on Monday and hanging up my clothes on Monday. And if I fail those, then I'll lose differing amounts of like one token per daily routine, like 2 tokens per weekly routine or something like that. I'm still tweaking it. Walking gets me 1 token for every 20 minutes walked. A healthy snack gets me a token. And then another part of this system is that I am starting journaling at the beginning and ending of every day. So I sort of reflect at the beginning and ending of every day and every week. Like this morning I wrote, who do I want to be? And the answer was a musician, loyal, smart, efficient, resourceful, conscientious. And it was as simple as that. I could expand on it more, but that's all that came to mind was that question and those answers. But then at night, I just wrote a recap of my day. I said, I learned a lot about myself and I'm still learning. Unfortunately, I did procrastinate and didn't get my daily music goal done. That's okay. Today was still a success. I am learning about myself and adjusting the system. I am keeping high spirits in the face of pain. Looking forward to tomorrow. Good job, Connor. Love you. 8 out of 10 day. -2 tokens. So it's just that kind of end of day reflection, just however I feel like writing. And there's another big difference between this token system and the donation kind of forced accountability system, is that this is much more flexible. So when I have the fear of having to waste money on a thing I don't like, then I'm kind of compelled to sort of lie and try and find ways that I can kind of get around doing the tasks. But when it's to the Roth IRA, then I don't feel as bad, and I feel like it's okay. It's okay to lose a little bit of money once in a while to this thing because it's ultimately going to benefit me. And so it's much more flexible because in the moment, if I'm struggling to do something, and I haven't really experimented too much with this yet, but I could say, um, okay, I want to get out of bed, so I can get out of bed right now, or I lose a token. And that's what I did this morning. Is I was in bed, and if I get out of bed at or before 11, then I get 2 tokens. And so it was almost 11. My alarm went off, and I was actually motivated. I almost never get out of bed that early, but I was um I was motivated by the tokens, so clearly it works to some degree. And what was I gonna say? I need to come up with more rewards other than just game time and movie and TV time. I thought it could be something. It could be in the moment. It's like I said, it's a flexible system. So in the moment, I can decide what a token is worth, and how what if I deserve to earn one for a task, or if I deserve to lose one, and I have to listen to my conscience for that. So if you make a system like this, you have to have a certain amount of self awareness and honesty and conscientiousness, and you have to be willing to listen to your conscience. So if you're interested in coming up with a system like this, then I would encourage you to test yourself and test yourself by listening to your conscience. See what happens, just like for a day or a week. Try listening to everything your conscience tells you when you feel kind of a sickness or a voice in the pit of your stomach, kind of saying like, I don't know if I want to do that right now. I don't know if you should be doing that. You kind of just listen to it, like the angel on your shoulder or something. So yeah, flexibility. It's much more flexible. The journaling at the start and end of every day should help me stay balanced and keep on track. Also, I track my tokens throughout the day, and tracking tokens, I found out, is the same thing as tracking basically all my activity because most of my activity earns or depletes tokens. So I've been tracking my token activity throughout the day since yesterday, and that's interesting. Um, I can see how much I played games and stuff like that. Um, so I can definitely be used to determine or to tweak the system, and it's about seeing how much a token should be worth and the value. So as I go through each day doing this, I'll iterate the system and tweak the value of the balance of like the currency, the tokens, and just get a more solid system. And then in addition to daily and weekly routines, I have specific. At the start of the week, I write out a weekly goal. Like for me, it's finish a rough draft of this song I want to work on or I'm working on, and then I divide that into daily goals. And since I don't know if I'll always get them done, like I didn't get my daily goal done yesterday, so since I can't know if I'll always get them done, my thought is when I journal at the end of each night, I'll write the next day's goal, so I'll know if I got that day's goal done and I can move on to the next one, or if I just have to write, okay, tomorrow I will do today's goal, or maybe I could say tomorrow I'll do today's goal, and I'll do a new goal for tomorrow. So I have to make up an extra goal in addition to a new goal for tomorrow. Um, so that's something else to experiment with. But ultimately, I just want to convey that I'm feeling very positive. I had a very good day yesterday, and watching Batman really helped because it was really funny, and it gave me a lot of joy. And I did that today too for about an hour, 15 minutes. Um, and it was a lot of fun. And that's how I started my day. And I have not played video games today, which is kind of crazy. Yet. Well, I shouldn't say that. I should just say I haven't played video games yet today. I haven't played video games today. So we'll see what happens. Um, I would, if this system works, I would really like to be able to help other people with ADHD or just trouble getting motivated to come up with their own system. It doesn't have to be Roth IRA or tokens, but it'd be cool if it was. Um, I'd like to help other people. Maybe even make a small little community online of people who are trying a system like this, and maybe we could do challenges and compete. To like, okay, how many tokens did you earn today? I don't know. It's fascinating. It'd be interesting. It's about ultimately taking control of my attention and not letting it control me, which is something that I really struggle with, obviously, because of my executive function disorder. Um, yeah. But there's a lot to be hopeful for and a lot to be proud of right now. I'm very proud of myself for putting in the work to try these things. I didn't have to. I didn't have to think about these things and listen to my conscience and put in the work and come up with these systems. It's something I wanted to do and I did it. So I'm proud of myself for that. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna keep trying this week, and I'll iterate it next week and see what needs to be changed. I'll make a new video next week. I'll set a weekly goal for that. And I guess if you're interested in making your own system like this or different from this, just let me know. Leave a comment. I'd be interested to see if anyone else struggles like I do with being motivated to do the things you want to do. That'd be great. Um, I'm still learning how to make videos. I don't know. There's a lot of dead space here. All right. I think I'll let you go though. So, thank you for watching this video. If you stuck through it, or if you didn't, just thanks for clicking on the video, I guess. Have a good day. Leave a comment if you watched to this point. I will update you next week or sooner if I have something else to say. Thank you.